What's up, guys? It's Mary again, and we're gonna do another collective. I feel like more people need um, answers because, of course, everybody's not going through the same thing. That's why I always tell everybody this is a general reading. I type it out. There are general readings, even if it's for the specific zodiac sign. It's general. If it applies, then let it apply. If it doesn't, let it die, and that's it. That's how you know, you go about it. I'm gonna do another general collective reading right now, and since it's the month of love, and a lot of people always seek for answers with their spouses, with their loved ones, and whatnot. I'm gonna use this deck right here. This deck is a sex explicit deck. So we're going to give a general collective reading with this deck right here. So let's see what Spirit has for the collective with this deck. What do we have for the collective, Spirit? What do we have for the collective? What do we have for the collective? One more. What do we have for the collective, Spirit? What do we have for the collective, Spirit? What do we have for the collective? What do we have for the collective? And we have in the bottom of the deck, we have the World. Yeah. Well, who doesn't want to be spoiled and treated right? Right? Nice. What do we have for the collective? 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 Okay, Spirit. What do we have for the collective? What do we have for the collective? What do we have for the collective, Spirit? What do we have for the collective? Whew. What do we have for the collective? We have lovebirds making love here in the scenery. We have the kinky ones having sex outside. We have the ones that are overwhelmed from sex. We have the ones that want to get away, ride, take a ride, breeze, flowing. You have the ones that want threesomes. You have the ones that are getting very drunk, about to have that drunk sex. So we have a little bit of everything going on here, huh? We have a little bit of everything going on here, collective. Ones that want others to break up so they can have their way in. This could go both ways because, of course, there are men who want a specific woman, and that woman is involved in a relationship and they wish that they break up so they can have that woman because they feel that they're a better man for them. And same thing goes for the other way around. You have the woman that wants that man, and that man is involved, and then wishing them to be broken up so she could be that woman in his life and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Yes, y'all know what I'm saying. Come on now. Y'all know what I'm saying. Hmm. Then you have the ones that are being left on hold, and then they come together because they know each other and they chit chat. Yeah. He's with this. He's or she's. Yeah. She's with this nigga. Yeah. And you know how the story goes. And then you have the ones that stand in their power, who are grounded, and they're not for the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Very independent, glowing, have it all going on for them. And you have the one that's, kissing your feet type, trying to get in by kissing your feet, giving you gifts, massaging your every part of your body because they want in. Then you have the mysterious ones that want to be coming in and catching you off guard, and the startleness and the fast pacing heartbeat. Oh, you startled me, and that pinning against the wall type of shit and ripping of clothes. Yeah, y'all know what I mean. There's a lot of wishes here. That's what I see right here. There's involvement, but there's a lot of wishes. You got the ones that are wishing evil towards the happy couples. And then you have the ones that are in threesomes, right? And wishing that the third wheel gets out because they want to keep that one person to themselves. Knowing that that one person likes to have more than one. If you know somebody likes to have more than one at the same time, why are you going to get involved and try to compete and try to make this person become what you want them to become? Why don't you just take yourself out of the equation and move on with your life and find someone who's for you? Because that's where a lot of people go wrong, when you try to force situations to what they're not, to what they can't be, That's what happens. Then you have the smart ones that stay to themselves because they've been through some shit in their past. And it's lined up, male and female, who have been through so much in their past, you know what I'm saying? And they're still thinking about each other. Who want to reconnect, reunite, and thinking of a way to do it. And you have people, those same people who work on themselves. They're working on themselves. They're working on that beast that's inside of them that's full of rage and hurt, who want some type of revenge. So they're trying to work on toning down that revengeful person inside of them. And then you have the other one who is too toxic, who's working on their toxicities, on managing and controlling their habits, whether there are extremely sexual habits and extremely indulging into drinking or getting high and all those type of things. These people are working on that. This is what I see, because they want to come back together. I see that strongly here in this spread. I see the ones that have been fools before not being a fool this time around, so they rather stay alone. I see the ones that like the kinky sex falling into a trap of diseases and all types of shit. I see it. I see people, individuals who have reunited, who have done spiritual work together and beat all of the other ones who were trying to break them up and fuck them up and fuck all their little spell work shit up. And are back together, and they're healing together, and they're resting together from all of this spiritual warfare. I see that here too. The ones that have been hurt, who want to get back with the person who hurt them, but the person who hurt them is having fun and ain't even worried about that person. Meanwhile, this person is crying a river still to someone who ain't even trying to help heal this situation at all. People waiting, oh, let me see, this person is gonna come, let me see, and they're not the only person waiting. There's like three waiting, and guess what, this person is married, else, living a happy life, being happy wife, happy husband somewhere else. Meanwhile, you're still waiting and aging ungracefully, waiting on this person to come back in. And there's more than one person waiting. You know, that's karma still for the person who leaves them waiting. It's like basically, in case this marriage doesn't work, or in case I get into an argument and I get bored of this over here, I got somewhere to go or other places to go. Here. Oh yeah, I do see that. Mm-hmm. Somebody using fruits to do manipulation and to like entangle somebody, to like make somebody fall in love with them. They doing like using the apple, what they call it, the person is not supposed to eat the apple, but you're doing work with the apple with maybe the name up in it and sewing it up and tying it up and all that. And bring them into you, and you're no good for this person, but you're playing with magic to have this person going crazy about you, but you ain't even for this person, and that's fucked up. Collective. What else do we have for the collective? You have the ones that are being that got tired of being conservative and turned into a little devil because they tired of being a boring person, whether it's in bed or in general, and they started testing their other side. And I don't think that you can handle the other side. I don't think you can handle what comes behind being on the other side for whoever's doing this. You know, when the heat starts coming in, that, you know, it's like the movie Grease, where she goes from being a goody tissue to the one that squishes the cigarette with some sexy heels on and all leather on type of chick, but can't handle the heat behind it. If you're a shy person, you know, breaking that shyness and opening up to a little bit of the riskiness and stuff like that, the way the world is right now, you might be putting yourself into a predicament that you might not have a way out of. And woof, temptation can get really steamy and hot and good until you end up with some shit, whether it's a pregnancy and you don't know who it's from because you're fucking around with too many, right? If you're a female. Being a hottie sometimes ends up getting your pussy hot and burned and end up in the doctors and don't know who the fuck burned you if you being a hottie, right? Then you end up pregnant at the same time, causing the baby damage, having to take these pills and all types of shit that you got to take to recover and hold off. But meanwhile, while you're taking these, you know, pills, you're causing damage to the child because you don't know how to behave yourself. You wanted to be a hottie because you got tired of being bored because somebody got in your head telling you that you are so ordinary, that you're not even popping. Instead of just maintaining and staying strong and standing your ground into that, you know, you are a hottie, but you're just a smarty hottie, one who doesn't get yourself caught up in situations like this. Can you handle it? Can you handle the temptations? Can you handle it? And if you're a guy, you're getting your dick burned and burned and burned or whatever, getting bitches pregnant, you know what I'm saying? And then what? You want to walk away because there's too many of them and you wasn't even interested in none of them. And now you don't want to be a part of the child's life because you're not interested in the mother. And that has nothing to do with it no more. Now you have a responsibility. And especially if this person doesn't believe in abortions and doesn't want to do an abortion, and you can't afford to give this person the money for the abortion with the way things are going on nowadays, that abortions is not being paid by Medicaid and so on and so on and so on and so on. I see that going on here too. I see involvements with people that this type of relationship is not going to grow anywhere. Oh, because y'all like the same food. Oh, because y'all like the same sex position and all that. But it's not going to get anywhere past that. It's not going to go beyond that. It's just going to be that. It's just going to be that dinner. It's just going to be that sex position. And it's not going to go beyond that. One day, real quick, you're going to get bored of it and you're going to want to go your separate ways, but something is still going to keep you in a toxic bondage together behind these temptations, behind these what you call mistakes that you're making purposely. Fault. It would be your fault, the choices you made, not nobody else's, not voodoo, not this. You're getting caught up yourself. So I see a little bit of everything is what I'm trying to say in this scenario, in these scenarios here. You know, this is not applying to just one person. This is applying to different people here, different scenarios is what I see. Getting tired of threesomes, who used to love having threesomes for whatever experience they've had. I see someone who doesn't get hard, but likes to watch other people having sex. You be eavesdropping. You might work at a hotel and you like to eavesdrop on the doors as you pass by to listen to people having sex because you get off of that type of shit. And that's sick. That's really sick. You're going to get caught doing that. You're going to get caught eavesdropping. Sick as fuck, you know? Then you have the one that acts innocent, that has all the tricks up her sleeves because she has a nice body and all that, and she knows how to have one here, there, one here and there, pulling up in a different vehicle every now and then, and, you know, making them all fall in love and making them all go crazy, only to not know how to handle the heat when it does come. Because what about when all three or all four of them want to pop up on you at the same time and they ain't taking no for an answer? What are you going to do? What excuse are you going to give these people? Because what you're doing is causing them, you know, to believe in someone like you. And then when you come and break their heart, when the truth comes and reveals, right? You break in their heart, they're going to be heartbroken. And then they're no good for other women out there who would like a good man. Same thing goes for the other way around. You have people regretting that they even got into polygamy. Very regretful. Wishing they had that one person to themselves instead of having a third wheel. Because it has become, you know, a dragging, very overwhelming, burdensome situation. And there's no way out. In your mind, there's no way out. In your mind. Those type of relationships are very manipulative, especially by the man himself. So, yep. There's spell work being averted here, being flipped back to whoever sent it. There's spell work, black magic being done here by both men and women. So what else do we have for the collective, Spirit? What else do we have for the collective? What you call rich women or rich men falling in love with what they call mediocre compared to them, knowing that the family's not going for it. Oh, you know, that person is beneath you. Bullshit. Love has no shape, no colors. If you're in love with someone who doesn't make as much money as you, that doesn't mean that you people cannot be together and make it work. I see that. Yeah, I see, you know, it's a man or a woman, somebody with money, in love with someone who is less fortunate, someone who has a 9-to-5 job, because this person is not broke, but by what society thinks and what society gets in your ears about it's not going to work. It really does work. Because if you get with somebody in your level, sometimes the person in your level doesn't really love you. You're just an extra bonus. And that person comes with toxicities and all that maybe the one that's less fortunate and with the 9-to-5 job, you know, they have morals, they have real love, they have real good intentions. They're not toxic. They're very responsible with their money, managing it, you know. But just because they don't dress in red bottoms and fucking Balenciagas and all that doesn't mean that they don't have a pure, beautiful heart. Meanwhile, the ones that have the Balenciaga and the flat stomachs, like you know who's, you know, those famous people that do this shit, the famous bitches that be doing all this shit. Most of them are so cold-hearted and they're just using these men. And these men choose those women of that, you know, that level and don't give a poor woman a chance. Don't give a 9-to-5 worker a chance in love. Because that's what they want. Most of the time, these men, they living up to the society standards. And that's what happens. That's why there's no pure, real love out here no more. Because everybody's choosing a figure. Everybody's choosing what society thinks is best for you. But that's another story, right? This right here, I see that. So I see somebody who doesn't like to stay in one relationship. They like to be making these people go crazy with on them sexually and all types of ways, and then doesn't like to. They like to ghost right after a fuck. They ghost. There's no traces of this person anymore. If they left you with a disease, that's it. You have to go and fend for yourself, and you can't confront this person. I'm telling you. Yes, yes, yes. I'm calling it how it is right here. I see the ones that are together waiting for marriage to even pop the cherry. I see that. Dead ass. Y'all thought, a lot of people thought that those don't exist. Yeah, they do exist. There's still people with values and morals in this world. Just because you're not surrounded by them doesn't mean that they don't exist. You dig? You better motherfucking dig and stop thinking that this world only evolves around your dumb little mentality, small-minded, piggish ways. Because there are people out here who are clean. There are people out here who work hard. There are people out here with good hearts. All right? There are people out here with morals. There are people who want to wait to have sex till they get married. It's just that you're caught up in that fucking shit of thinking that if you split your legs open on the first date, it's cool. And then you get caught up being called a hoe because you thought it was cool or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? If you can't fit in, if you cannot abide by that life and live by it, don't become it. Don't give in. Don't try to fit in. Be yourself. Be yourself. It's not uncool to be yourself. You have the ones that like to live controlled by their man, and the man, if not the man, controlled by the woman. You have that here on the table. You pick and choose which is your picture. I ain't picking and choosing it for you. I'm just letting it be known. I'm calling it out. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. But you know, whatever your situation is out of the ones that I've called out, that's your situation, not mine. And I'm not bothered by it. I'm just giving you advice because a lot of people got it all fucked up out here right now. That's why a lot of, marriages don't make it. Back then, like my grandparents, well, of course, from my father's side, I would say over 55 years of marriage, right? And when it comes to my mother's side, my grandmother, she stayed to herself. When my grandfather died, she stayed a widow, but she stayed to herself. She stayed dedicated to church and stuff like that. That's on her. Nobody picked up after her. Not even me. There's nobody picking up after my grandmother staying loyal to the church and just staying by herself and not dating again and not dating again and so on and so on and so on. So yeah, there are still women out there. There's still men out there who really, don't go with this new shit. Like you have all those other things that's going on out here. Like, okay, back then in my time, being Christian, it was a lot of other stuff that abided by it. Like that Christian mingle stuff, in my times, that would have been a very highly unacceptable thing. Now it's acceptable. You dig? You dig where I'm coming from? I'm an 80s baby. So, what else do we have for the collective? Just a lot of people thought it was uncool to grow up with the old ways, with the traditions, and it's not cool, let's change it up, Because it's not cool. None of this stuff is cool. You have the ones that like to do the role playing, being tied up. You have the ones that like to be fed and play with the food to start off. Eating the food off the body type of stuff. Whatever fits your script, whatever, is for you for Valentine's Day. I'm going to call this a collective reading for the ones that do Valentine's Day, the ones that celebrate, whichever way you celebrate. I see that certain people celebrate these ways, And if that's your shit and people give into it, the other gives into it, whether it's threesomes, foursomes, orgy parties, kinky, food included, being dominated, whatever it is, hey, have fun, enjoy it, and deal with the consequences. Like a grown motherfucker, right? Because we all grown motherfuckers here, right? So deal with it like a grown motherfucker. Whatever the consequences are, right? Let's just deal with it. You feel me? Go on and take a bite out of crime. And then you got the ones that are freaking finding their spouse sleeping with someone else. And yeah, it doesn't look good. So, Whatever which way this card fits to anyone. Because you see the man in the back not having it with this man sleeping with this girl. You know? Card. So just know that the Tower is different in every deck. So you have those. So whoever was planning to go cheat, be careful, because that you might be followed and you're going to bump into some shit that you ain't going to have no control over. I think I'm going to leave this for the collective right here just like that, because, you know, when it comes to love readings, lately, a lot of readings have had a lot of third-party situations in it. The cards don't lie. If that's what is coming out in the cards, that's what's coming out, whether it's for every zodiac sign or not. There's a lot of third-party shit. There's a lot of people catching on, whether you're married or not. There's a lot of people catching on to a lot of little tricks that their spouses had behind their back. And, you know, good luck with how you handle this. I ain't telling you how to handle it, but you know, try not to get violent, try not to go to jail, try not to, you know, use no weapons and do anything crazy to anyone, you know. Walk away, let it go, let this person go. If this person gets violent towards you because you're walking away because you caught them, call the police on them or whatever. Come on, use your references, use your resources, use it, all right? And don't be the one on the news getting locked the fuck up over some bullshit love triangle that was not worth it. Because when somebody cheats on you, guess what? That person's not worth it. That person's not worth you going to jail. Stop believing the hype. Don't believe the hype on that. If somebody's cheating on you, don't take that rage and kill them and go to jail and lose your whole life behind someone who's worthless. That's a worthless bitch or a worthless nigga that ain't worth nothing. Believe that. You're worth more. If that person had to go and cheat on you, it's going to hurt them more. Believe it. Karma does exist. Okay? They'll fall in love some way down the line and it'll be done right back to them. Safe one, you guys. I wish everyone well. I wish everyone safe, you know, safe sex for Valentine's Day month. I wish everyone also safety with the Black Lives Matter, because Black lives do matter. They matter to me. They matter to my kids. They matter to a lot of people who I know. So let's keep it safe for this month. Let's keep it, you know, in prayers. We've lost a lot of people behind this bullshit, you know, with the government. We've lost a lot. And it's time to do, you know, vigils. What happened to vigils? Candles being lit up, and rest in peace to whoever, you know, those type of things. Clear about something. You don't want to be with someone anymore, let them know. So what if it's Valentine's Day? So what? Don't force yourself to buy flowers or candy for someone that you really don't want to be with. Don't force love. And be real. Be real. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Peace out.